Benvenuto. Welcome to Cherry Hill Home Cooking. My name is Mark. Today we're going to make sautéed shrimp in a cream sauce, and we're going to do some garlic and turmeric rice. All right, so let's get into it. What do we need? Well, of course, I'm going to start with the rice first because I want to get that going. All right, so now we've done rice before. I'm going to go over it step by step, but not maybe as explain it as much. Where you can put a link to the rice episode down in the description. But anyway, so we've got some jasmine rice. All right, so in this pan I've got a teaspoon of butter and a teaspoon of good olive oil. All right, we're also going to need 1.5 cups of chicken stock, and then of course we need some turmeric. We got some salt, and we got our garlic. Okay, so I've already started to heat this up a little bit, but we'll get our garlic in. So for the rice, we want to get the garlic in. There's 4 cloves of garlic. Get this in, and we just want to saute it, 30 seconds to a minute till you start to smell the garlic. And that, I can already smell it. I don't know, but my butter and oil was kind of warm. But we'll give that a little stir, moving along so it doesn't burn too much. Just, I smell it nice now. Really, the only thing we want to do is get that garlic smelling good. All right, so we got 1.5 cups of chicken broth. All right, so I know in the very beginning of our videos, I would often say the chicken broth, chicken stock. When you're looking at a recipe and it's calling for chicken broth, all right, so the difference between stock and broth is already flavored with salt and other flavorings and the vegetables and things of that nature. Stock is not, okay? So you could use stock as well, but then you're going to want to add a little bit more of your seasoning to it. But that's really just the difference between the two. One is seasoned and one is not, all right? So now we want to bring this to a boil. And while I'm waiting for that, we'll talk about a little of the ingredients for our shrimp. Shrimp is really fast to cook. It's delicious, of course. All right, so I've got, that's going to go in that. All right, so again, just for our rice, we've got our jasmine rice. We've got turmeric, salt, chicken stock, butter, and oil. And all the ingredients will be in the recipe in the description. Okay, so let's talk about our shrimp a little bit. So the size of the shrimp isn't going to really matter. It depends upon how you're going to serve it. If you're going to serve it as an appetizer, or if you want this as a meal, you can use bigger shrimp. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. You want a pound of shrimp, and then you want to peel and devein it. Okay. Now I always get the one that's already deveined, so then you just got to peel it. But the only thing that we got to do with this, as I said, as we're waiting for this to come to a boil, I'm going to give it a generous coating of salt. We're not going to put any other salt in this recipe. This is kosher salt. Just give it a good sprinkling. And then we got some fresh ground black pepper. And of course you're going to need a frying pan for this. All right, that looks good. So our shrimp is done, and we can put that aside for now. All right, so then we're going to need, you want, again, 4 good cloves of garlic. Good, those were small, so I've actually got 5 there. All right, so of course peeled, and we're going to chop it. You want it minced. Then this is a shallot. All right, so we're gonna, you can chop this shallot up any way you like. I'm gonna mince it in here, just because it's easier. But you want it minced and then diced, chopped, diced shallot. Either do it like I'm doing it, or just chop it up small. That's going to take a while. All right, so let's get this done. Doesn't want to go in there for me. There we go. So I'm just kind of mixing that all up together. All right, and that's it. That's how you want it to look, guys. Just all minced. All right. Now we're going to set this aside because that's going to be for our shrimp. So this, I think originally this was called a French shrimp and cream sauce. I think the only thing that might make it French is because some people think Grey Poupon is French, but we are going to put a little bit of Grey Poupon in there. And we got some heavy cream, and of course we're going to need some more butter and olive oil. All right, this is not going to cooperate for me, so we're going to cut, and as soon as that comes to a boil, we'll be right back. All right, guys, our stock has finally come back to a boil. We got our rice. I know I had, there we go, we'll use this. So we want to put our rice into our boiling stock, and guess what? We want to bring that back to a boil. We're also going to add our salt and turmeric. Get all that in there. Of course, that turmeric adds that beautiful yellow color and that delicious taste. And we want to bring it back to a good boil. Give it a couple seconds longer. Ooh, boiling water. All right, that's pretty good, guys. All right, so then you want to cover it with a tight cover, reduce your heat to low, and that's going to take about 20 minutes to cook, and then you want to let it sit for 5 or 10 minutes. So while our rice is cooking, we're going to go on to our doing our shrimp. And I just got to get a few more things, and we'll come back and put our shrimp together. Okay, so I've got a teaspoon of butter and a teaspoon of olive oil in this pan. That should be, it's on medium heat, so it should be ready to go. We got our shrimp, all right, and we're going to put it in. I wish it had sizzled a little bit, but that's all right. So now, cooking shrimp, guys. I mean, we've done this before many times. A couple times we've cooked shrimp, okay? And shrimp is always basically the same, right? Doesn't really... The size is going to make a difference, how fast it cooks. We're sautéing it, so we want it, it's going to be about 2 minutes, by the time we get them all in the pan, about 2 minutes on each side. And we don't want to crowd it, just like normal, because you want to make sure that we get a nice sear on it. All right, so... you can see it's already starting to, the edges are starting to turn pink. I should say the little parts of the tail. Now I've taken off the tail part of it. Wade hates any dishes cooked with the tails left on. Again, so it's probably about 2 minutes per side. So you want to let it cook till it's opaque. The outside area is opaque. So what does opaque mean? Can you see through it? Can you not see? It's just a little bit of whiteness around the edges, right? And then, of course, once you turn it, they're going to curl up, curl up. The tail and the body is going to curl up, and it's going to be done. So the middle of our pot is a little hotter than the outside. So I'm going to turn these ones over. But not with this big spatula. So we got a little bit of brown there. All right, I'll be right back. We'll be here all day, and I'm getting hungry. I'm not doing much better on this one, am I? There we go. So you see we got a little bit of caramelization on the one side. And we're just going to struggle to turn each one. I don't know why these won't cooperate with me today. right, and a little better. All right, so then we're going to let them go for 2 minutes on the other side. And you can see that it's opaque there. It's getting a little pink on the sides, and they're all curling up. All right, this guy's done, so I'm going to put him in the plate. Now, so we're going to do, I won't make you watch me struggle turning them over with the other batch, but that one does not want to turn over. There we go. And that one, it looks good. That looks good. So that's all there is to it, guys. All right. So once they're cooked, you're going to remove them to a plate. All right. And again, I won't make you watch me struggle and do this. So we'll be back in a little bit. I'm going to saute up the others, and then we'll be back. All right. All right, guys, our shrimp is all nicely sauteed. So we're going to keep whatever butter and olive oil we've got in there, and we want all that nice brown stuff on the pan, so don't throw that pan out or empty it. All right, so we got another tablespoon of butter, and we're going to put about a tablespoon of olive oil. I said this was delicious, not low calorie. All right, and we'll do that. Shrimp smells delicious. The rice smells delicious, and I did some sautéed asparagus. Anyway, I've got this melted in here. And I'm going to say that, you know, on this burner, I'm on max, but it certainly isn't. But we want it on about medium high. All right, so we're going to put our shallots and our garlic in. And we want to saute that until it's fragrant. Everything is chopped up pretty well, so it shouldn't take long to cook. So as soon as it's fragrant and my pan heats up here a little bit, I'm going to give it about a minute to get any little bits of the onion cooked. I've got my Dijon mustard in my cream. Now, in the recipe, I'm going to say 1/4 cup of cream. You know, it's going to depend. You might want it a little bit more creamy, maybe a little bit less, but I say you're going to need at least 1/4 cup. I might actually add a little bit more. That's why I've got my cream out still. And I'm really, at this point, I'm just waiting for this darn pan to heat up. All right, that looks good, guys. Let's empty our cream in and our mustard and give it a stir. Incorporate it all. Now, if I were you, I would double this recipe, because if you're a shrimp lover, you're going to like this. So if you double it, just double it with all the proportions, same proportions. Put our shrimp in. Give it a toss. And we want to coat the shrimp nicely, of course. And at this point, I'm on still medium-high, I would say. But we can turn that down a little bit, and we want to let it heat through maybe a good 2-3 minutes, and you're ready to serve. All right, see you guys in a little bit. And we're back with the best part of cooking, the eating part. since really our shrimp is kind of the main dish today, so we've got our sautéed shrimp in cream sauce. I'm gonna give it a trace.
Absolutely.
Now, Wade likes shrimp a lot more than I do.
That is good.
Yummy.
Delicious.
I like it. You get that nice, you get the shallots and the garlic and that nice, beautiful cream sauce.
Right.
Perfectly cooked shrimp.
Excellent.
And how about you try your rice? I love the color. Isn't that awesome? Now, this has got kind of an Indian flair to it because we're using the turmeric or Middle Eastern. You can serve your shrimp on top of the rice if you so choose. I just had to do it in individual portions, but because I love the taste of the rice.
Yeah, that's good too.
Perfect. All right.
It's a great meal.
Right, I'm going to finish eating or continue to eat while you tell me what to do.
Please remember to like and subscribe. And I think that's it. Yeah, I guess we'll see you on the next.
Subscribe. What else thing they do? All right. Anyway,
Yeah, we'll see you on the next video. It seems like there should be a lot more to that, but
ciao.
bye.
That's tasty.
Yeah, it is.